Hey. Did Lulu call in sick today?
I haven't heard from her.
What does that mean? She just didn't show up?
No, it means it's not unusual. You know, she skips out on work quite a bit, and if her aunt didn't own this place, I gotta take care of these ladies.
Hey, Mike.
Hey.
Oh. Why the long face?
Have you seen Lulu?
No. Why?
Because she disappeared yesterday, and nobody's seen her since, and she's not picking up her cell phone.
Well, I wouldn't freak out. She's probably taking some time alone to deal with what happened to her mom. And not to mention, Luke took off again right when Lulu needs him, so...
Yeah, well, that's what Lucky said, but I don't know. I can't help thinking that she got herself involved in something dangerous.
Dangerous? All right, you need to tell me all about it.
Family. This is Pete Marquez, Professor Marquez. This is Carly. Corinthos.
Thanks for
Pleasure
getting
to meet
here. You too. Thanks for getting here so soon.
Is this about Lulu?
Well, you tell us. Dylan said that you said she's gotten involved. And what?
Look, I've already done all I can for Lulu.
Okay, see, what the hell does that mean?
Okay, all right. Why don't we just calm down a minute here? I'm Lulu's cousin. Dylan's her stepbrother. Look, we're pretty concerned. We haven't seen her since yesterday. Can you please tell us what you know, and can you start from the beginning?
Corinthos, huh?
Yeah.
Are you related to Sonny Corinthos?
He's my ex-husband.
Well, I just told him all about Lulu, and he said he'd take care of it.
Sonny's involved.
Sorry.
If Sonny said that he's going to make sure Lulu's okay, then he will.
I hope so.
You hope so? You hope so? Have you opened a newspaper lately? Maybe turn on the television? Are you aware that Diego Alcazar, another PCU student, just died in a warehouse shooting?
You need to stay out of that.
Well, I'm just trying to make sure that Lulu doesn't end up the same way.
You seem a little territorial about your stepsister.
Yes, I do care about Lulu. And it somewhat concerns me that you spend so much of your time making her life miserable. You are her English lit teacher, right? You're supposed to be teaching her English lit, not inviting her to plays or screaming at her about her writing or, God forbid, getting her involved in a mob war.
Okay, obviously Dylan's really concerned. If we hear anything about Lulu, we'll let you know, okay?
Thank you. I'd appreciate that.
Okay.
I bet you would.
Can you believe that guy? I mean...
I can't believe you. What kind of mixed signals are you sending Lulu?
Excuse me, Jax, can I please speak with you for just a moment?
Sure, I got a couple of minutes. How can I help you?
Great. Dylan has a research project due, and it's about staging a hostile takeover, and, well, since you're an expert, I was hoping maybe you could give him a little insight onto how to do it.
Well, I'd be glad to help, but why are you doing Dylan's homework?
Okay, he doesn't know that I'm here. I've been really hard on him since he switched majors from film to business.
Oh, so you're trying to apologize?
Bingo. I was hoping to give him this research as a present to let him know that I still believe in him.
Figures from a deal I did a few years ago from Takeover. It should be very helpful to Dylan.
Thank you so much. This is exactly what he needs. I'll make sure he attributes everything, don't worry.
I hope he appreciates what you're doing.
I think he'd like me better if I were dangling from a tree in the jungle, or if I had mysteriously disappeared overnight.
Really? That doesn't seem like you.
It's not. I'm sorry, I'm actually describing Lulu Spencer, the drama queen of Port Charles.
Oh.
Yeah, she's always in some spectacular disaster, emotional or physical. Yeah, sometimes she gets herself into them, sometimes they just happen, but Dylan is always just drawn in.
Yeah, the damsel in distress is pretty hard to resist.
So where does that leave the rest of us? The smart, steadfast people who know what we want to do. I'm so sorry, I don't mean to talk to you about my personal life, but I've noticed that people are always drawn to the people that are very worst for them.
Time-honored moth to the flame.
Here you go, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Nice and fresh.
Great.
Nice.
Lulu told me what happened this summer. She got pregnant because a condom failed. And then she took the blame for lying to get you to sleep with her.
She did love him.
You could have said no. You could have believed Georgie. I mean, she was your wife at the time, wasn't she?
Yeah, but Lulu...
And then you went on sleeping with Lulu several more times. Then you finally went back to Georgie and you let Lulu take the blame for everything. So you pretty much skated through all of this.
She aborted my child, Carly. I wouldn't call that skating.
She had the abortion. You didn't. She fell in love. You didn't. She went through great lengths to be with you, and then she had to suffer the terrible consequences, didn't she? And you still blew her off.
It wasn't like that, okay?
You made it clear that you didn't love Lulu. So she made a very difficult decision to move on with her life. But how is she supposed to move on with her life when you're always around? I don't get it, Dylan. You want to be her big hero and be her big protector, but every time she turns around, you're proving to her how much you love Georgie. Now, that's not fair to Lulu, is it?
Look, I do care about Lulu, okay? I don't want her to get hurt again. But I'm sorry, I still love Georgie.
Look, I know what it's like to be in love with two people, okay? One person is loving and trustworthy and strong, and the other is wild and dangerous, and you want them both. So you make bargains with yourself, Dylan. You tell yourself that you're going to love one and like the other, and you tell yourself that you're going to trust one and be loyal to the other. But you're going to get real confused, and sooner or later, you're going to have to make a choice.
I'm sorry, are we still talking about me, or are we on to you?
Look, all I'm saying is you can love Lulu and you can love Georgie, but you cannot have them both. So have the decency to choose one. Rick.
Hey. Hi there.
Oh, hey.
Sorry, I'm late. Hi, I went to...
Kelly's and I got caught up. Lulu's in some kind of trouble, so it took me longer to take care of all the mess.
She all right?
Yes, Letty's taking care of it now, so you have my undivided attention.
Okay.
Okay?
My lawyers were asking about a prenup.
Wow. I haven't really considered that.
Well, I don't really care either way, so how do you feel?
Well, at one point, everyone in this town would have thought that I was just marrying you for your money, and I probably would have been.
Yeah, but now you don't have the hotel.
Yes, now I have my own money.
Right.
I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of jinxing us to plan what we're going to do if the marriage fails.
I agree.
But on the other hand, maybe a prenup is great. It could be a safeguard for both of us.
Safety is important to you, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Is that why you're marrying me? Because you think that I'm safe?